welcome to Living with Ulcerative Colitis. I'm Maya, and today's video is going to be about how to survive finals week. I'm a college student, and my finals week is next week. For college students, our finals week typically happens in the last week of April or the first weeks of May. And so I wanted to get on this video. I wanted to get this video out before finals week becomes a big deal for everybody. I'm sorry if your finals week came before this video. And it also helps for students that are in elementary, middle, or high school because their finals week is in June. So we have 4 points. One of the things that happens with UC is extreme exhaustion or fatigue. And so one of our points is, what if you're too tired to revise or study as much as you could? This is one of the kind of unavoidable problems, but it does help if you plan for it in the beginning. For me, I know that I can only study for a certain amount of time before my brain kind of just like says, we've had enough, this is stressing us out. So before exams, I pick maybe 2 days, 3 days before, and I just study for 2 hours on, 3 hours off. And I keep doing that so I have breaks between studying instead of trying to cram study all at once. Because when you're cram studying, you're trying to get as much information down as possible, and you sometimes lose some. So 2 hours on, 3 hours off. That is something my sister taught me, but it is really helpful here. The second point is you can feel considerably stressed and unwell on days of exams. This happens. Having UC, there has a unpredictability sometimes, and flare-ups can happen due to heightened stress, or they can just happen just because. But the thing about having an accommodation plan or a 504 plan, having a 504 plan is that we've planned for this. In the beginning of the semester, you made a plan in case this exact thing happened, and so you can fall back on that plan. And if you know that you're unwell the day of your exam, you can contact your accessibility services and you can explain that. If you need, you can contact your doctor and they can give you a note to excuse you for that day, and you can make it up likely if you're in college, the accessibility office, or you can make it up with your school, however way that works. But you did plan for this. It is usually on the plan, it's that you planned what happens if you can't take a test on time. But that does work for the final as well. You just have to make sure that you take your test before final grades are due. Third one is being extremely anxious, being late. Times to take your finals sometimes happens randomly. It can be you had an afternoon class but your final's in the morning, or your final's in the middle of the day, or your final is in the evening, and this messes up with your regular schedule. And if you're like me, you purposely planned your days of having class around times where you feel the best. And so if this happens again, there is the accommodation office on campus if you are a college student, and again, you can work with your school counselor if you are in high school. And they can arrange a time that works better for you. Again, you might have to contact your doctor to get a doctor's note, but as long as you can explain this to a counselor or your accessibility services that having a test at this time will impede my progress, I won't test well, I'll have to use the bathroom, like I have these problems, and you can explain it, then you can ask for an accommodation for the test time to be moved. Last one is having constant bathroom breaks. And this video is really good for accessibility services because, again, that is the solution. For me, when I have like flare-ups and stuff, sometimes I have to use the bathroom more than usual, more often than usual. And for me, my finals can range from being an hour to 3 hours long. And an hour class is fine with me because I can use the bathroom after it, but 3 hours of straight testing can be hard for some people, especially if that is not what you're used to. And so you can take your test, again, in accessibility services, and then you are allowed to use the bathroom during and have as many frequent bathroom breaks as you need. You obviously would put your test down and you'd have to leave all of your stuff and then go to the bathroom and then come back. But you have access. You are accommodated in this way. And so the thing is, know your accommodations. And if you don't know them, you can talk to your school council before finals week and see how you would go about figuring this out, or you can contact your accessibility services and see how they would work with you. And feel free to tell them how your finals might affect you. Like for me, I know that I have a final at 5 p.m. I do not have a class at 5 p.m., but I do have a final there. And so for me, I'm trying to work it around in my schedule to make sure that I am still awake. I'm still ready. So my brain is not falling asleep. I'm not fatigued. But I have time. I think I have like a week to plan how I'm going to attack this. But there are things that you just plan ahead. So 3 points: planning ahead, talking to accessibility services, and being mindful of how you feel during finals week. This can help also reduce stress for regular tests as well. But I hope this video was helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, and press the bell for notifications. Bye guys!